And listen closely. You don't hear this one very often. In fact, most likely you never heard this one before. Former Vice President Dick Cheney agreeing with former President Bill Clinton.
So I personally believe, even if it takes a change in the law, the president should honor the commitment the federal government made to those people and let them keep what they got.
We spoke with former Vice President Dick Cheney earlier today. Mr. Vice President, in light of your own health experience, I know that you've followed the health system very closely. I'm curious, your thoughts on Obamacare?
It's a train wreck, Brett, as far as I can tell. It is, if you can't even handle the website, the thing I'm concerned about is whatever's embodied in that fundamental change in our whole healthcare system, the government getting more deeply involved than it ever has been before in our healthcare system. That's really scary. You know, what we don't know yet about how the system's going to work or not work is frightening. And I think as I look at it, I think there's a real danger here, especially after the president so deliberately misled. I mean, he knew what was going on. He knew people were going to have their policies canceled, and he went right ahead and said they wouldn't. He went right out time after time after time and said, if you want to keep your old policy, you can. So I think he's got a huge credibility problem, but more than that, I really worry about what kind of damage is being done to our healthcare system. Now, it may have problems, and there may be some things that we'd like to fix, but I think overall we've got the finest healthcare system in the world. For most of our people. Now, again, as I say, there may be ways that we want to tweak it, but what's happening under Obamacare appears to me just to be a train wreck.
Former President Bill Clinton says that President Obama should keep his pledge about the promise, if you liked your health care, you can keep it, your doctor, you can keep it, or your insurance, you can keep it. And that if we have to pass a law or do something, that the president should do it. Is there anything you can conceive of that President Obama could do to meet that commitment at this point?
I don't know. I'm inclined to agree with Bill Clinton that's something that ought to be attempted, but given the complexity of the system, and you've already got people now who've lost their policies, who can't get new ones. These policies have been declared by law to be inadequate because of the standards that are written into the federal regulations. I'm not quite sure how now you go peel back that onion. I mean, you've got a situation here where do you go back out to the people whose policies have been canceled and give them a new policy and just repeal Obamacare? I don't know, maybe, but it's hard to think of how you would actually implement that. I think exactly what needs to be done is to repeal Obamacare. I think it's a serious foul-up, major problem in terms of the government trying to do more than it's capable of doing.